You're just too marvelous for words, like glorious, glamorous, and I don't stand by amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous. You're too marvelous. You're too marvelous for words, like glorious and glamorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough, tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're too marvelous for words. Thomas Schatz. And that old stand by amorous. It's all too wonderful, I'll never find the words that say enough or tell enough. I mean, they're just not swell enough. You're much too much and just too very, very to ever be in Webster's dictionary, and so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous. Oh, to tell you you're incredible, to tell you you're too marvelous for words. Thank you very much.
a tune that closed the album, and it's called Timba de la Buena. Timba is the latest rhythm that was invented in Cuba a few years ago, and they call it Timba. T-I-M-B-A. Timba. And this is the new Timba, but we really need your collaboration. I would love to see you all dancing here tonight, shaking your booty. Shake it, baby, shake it. Y dice así, ¡hey! Vengo tocando timba de la buena, pa' que luego se baila como quiera. Vengo tocando timba de la buena, pa' que luego se baila. La timba cubana se baila, se baila, se baila como quiera. Solo menea la cadera, menea la cintura, baila como quiera. Ando tocando timba de la buena, pa' que locos bailan. Hello, hello. One more time. Will Brown on guitar. Will Brown. Mike Tucker on the saxophone. Mike Tucker. Danny Feldman on percussion. Danny Feldman. Mark Walker on the drum. Mark Walker. Max Gurr on the bass. Max Gurr. Maxwell Hamer on the piano. Maxwell Hamer. Very soft, soft. Thank you. Before we finish, I would love to acknowledge and really appreciate from the bottom of our heart our executive producer of the album, Mr. Tim Ellis. Tim Ellis. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much for providing food in our family tables. Thank you so much. I don't know where you are, but we love you, man. We love you, Tin. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. Tin is responsible for the creation and the whole process of the album, you know. And you know what? Without your help, we got the music, but we couldn't record it because we cannot afford it. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here tonight. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and please don't copy the album and spread with your friends. Tell them to buy it. No copies. Don't make copies. Buy it and listen to that, because we really had a lot of fun doing this album. I really hope that everybody enjoy in the same way we did recording it. Have a good night. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Arturo Sandoval. Arturo Sandoval. Let's hear it for Arturo and the band. A very an emotion.
Time to get your collar pressed. Time to get yourself all dressed. Time to get your shiny dance shoes on, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. All the kids are coming down just to dig the swinging sound. You can hear the band from miles away, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. Here's a little well-known secret, sure as there's the sky above.
Nothing could be any sweeter
than dancing with the one you love. When life is like a sour note, here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax.
everybody, and welcome to Campus JAX. So glad you all are here tonight. Every Thursday night, we call this Steamers Jazz at JAX because we continue the tradition that was started at Steamers Jazz Club in Fullerton many years ago. It lives on here today, hosted by and curated by Terence Love and myself and Jack Jasper and Tony Guerrero. We love musicians here. We love great music. We love jazz here. So Thursday nights, that's what happens here. And this month, coming up for the next 5 weeks, not only Thursday nights, but on Sunday nights also. So, in fact, tomorrow night, Carl Verheyen is here. Yeah, which is a great guitarist. In the 90s, he was like Guitar Player Magazine's top 10, I think.
Very busy session guitarist. He was Supertramp's guitarist for a couple of years. Yeah.
So anyway, that's tomorrow night. There's still a few tables left if you want to come join us then. And then Sunday night is Adrienne De Leon, who's bringing her soul and R&B band here. And so that's something special. She doesn't do that all the time, and it's a great band. I think it's an 8-piece band. So Adrienne's fantastic. And then next Thursday, we've got Jack Wood, who's going to be here with an amazing, really a quartet. He's got Ron Levy on piano. He's got Luther Hughes on the bass, Paul Krybeck on drums, and Rusty Higgins on sax. So, and he's doing the music of the movies. So, but with the jazz arrangements. So anyway, that'll be a great night as well. That's next Thursday. And there's so much more. Watch these screens. Go to campusjax.com. You'll see what's going on. But tonight, we have really our a Campus JAX favorite. He belongs on this stage because he's here all the time, just really bringing it. Tonight he's bringing his jazz on, which is he's been about that for years. But many folks know him because he's the guitarist in Tijuana Dogs, and of course they're here once a month at least, in numerous, and also in the Matt Sinatra band. But what we got tonight, we got the guitar player tonight and his trio. So would you say hello to Baba Elefante on bass? Yeah, and then on the drums we've got Jake Jacobs. And get things started as they should, since it's the Dave Murdy Trio. Would you welcome Dave Murdy on guitar?
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. It's a pleasure to be here and fun to do this. We're going to play a lot of original music tonight, and for those who've seen us before, we're going to do a couple of new things. Actually, they're older compositions, but we just haven't played them in a long time. I've known Baba for years, and we've played together in all kinds of different musical situations. Jake I met more recently. He's a great fit, and we love playing together. We hope you enjoy what we do. And again, thanks so much for coming. We're going to start off with a tune of Baba's that has a little acronym. It's called the CFB Blues, and I can't give you the translation of all the letters, but I'll give you the first and the last, and you can figure out the middle. The first letter, C, stands for cheap. The last letter, B, stands for bastards, and you can... So you could probably fill in the rest without me saying it. And you might think, why the heck would you call a tune by that name? Well, it has to do with when you work certain rooms, not like this one, where you're playing for a bunch of rich folks, you know, and nobody tips. And so that was the catalyst for this tune. So, and the notes are actually, not that you're going to hear them unless you have perfect pitch, but the notes are actually CFB. So this is the CFB Blues. CFB Blues. Thank you. Oh man, that's an old composition of mine called How About It? You know, one of those, when you write instrumental pieces, it's like, what do you have to go on? I mean, you know, when you write songs that have lyrics, usually the title is based around the chorus or some lyric in the song, but that, you know, instrumental, so it's, that's where a lot of those question songs in jazz come from, like, you know, a lot of Thelonious Monk songs, like, what's a good example, I guess? Well, You Needn't, or something like that, so that's called How About It? Well, next we're going to move on to a tune that I think will be familiar to you, not right away off the top, but I think as we get into it, it'll be pretty clear. So I'm going to let Baba kick this off, and I hope you enjoy this next one. It's not ours, but you'll know it. Bob Elefante. Bob Elefante on the bass, Jake Jacobs on the drums. Okay, so what was that song? That's right. I heard you. Man, I remember I was in high school when the first Police album came out, and of course that was the big hit, you know, and it had that, we did an arrangement, but you know, the original. And I was, oh man, you know, and it would, yeah, with the whole, it was like these guys were, they were combining, you know, reggae and all these different elements into pop music, and it was pretty mind-blowing at the time. So incredible band, and then of course all the work that Sting has done since then too, which is really cool. We're gonna sticking with it was a Bob Elefante arrangement. Now we're gonna do a Bob Elefante composition. I was just referring to the late great Thelonious Monk, who's I know a big inspiration for Baba, both improvisationally and compositionally. And this is a composition of his called Funk for Monk. Funk for Monk, Bob Elefante composition. Well, it's back to one of mine. And again, this is one I wrote quite some time ago, and we actually recorded it on an album, trio album that Bob and I did that was called Toxic Jazz. And, but we mean that in a good way, not in a good environmental way, even it's toxic in a, I don't know. Is that contradictory to say toxic in a good sense? Maybe intoxicating would be better. But here's a composition of mine called Time and Space. Oh, how about Jake Jacobs on that solo at the end there, huh? Light it up. Oh, thank you, sir. We always appreciate the gratuity. Thank you very much. Yeah, Time and Space is the name of that. Excuse me while I make a fast guitar change. Do a little tap dance, Baba. Well, of course, being a guitar player, I'm a big Jimi Hendrix fan. And you're supposed to applaud after that. Come on, Jimi Hendrix, for Christ's sake. Not necessary, but thank you. Anyway, you know, growing up, it's interesting. I had a phenomenal teacher when I was growing up, and he was a big influence on me. He got me into jazz, but he taught me about chord structure and scales and everything. But he was like the same age as my parents, and I grew up in an era, kind of at the very, very tail end of the baby boomer thing. You know, back then, a lot of you in here will, not the younger people, because the younger people in here oftentimes listen to a lot of the same music as their parents, you know, and I think that's really cool. Not in our generation. They had what they called the generation gap, right, you know, and your parents didn't really understand the music that you were listening to. And my teacher didn't really understand the way that Jimi Hendrix played guitar, so he kind of would say things to me when I was 15, 16, like, oh yeah, Jimi Hendrix, yeah. He owned quite a few guitars, didn't he? And that would be the extent of it, so I just kind of thought along those lines. You know, 15, 16, you're pretty, not just gullible, but influential. Well, I guess it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? But in some ways. So I just grew up assuming that. It took a classical guitar player in college when I got to USC who said, have you really sat down with a Hendrix album and listened all the way through and listened to what he's doing? And I went, well, I guess not. And he goes, yeah, I kind of thought, because I think you'd be more interested. So then I kind of listened, and then I listened some more, and then I did a real deep dive, and then I got it. You know, it was like, oh my goodness, what this guy was doing, taking the guitar to a whole new level, you know, to a whole different place. And then years later, I saw my teacher on it. He moved up to the Central Coast, and we got together, and I said, Reed, I got to be honest with you. I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan now. And he did like, you know, Fred Stanford and Sanford and Son. He goes, "Oh my God, it's the big one. I'm coming, Louise, I'm coming. My favorite student." Like he couldn't believe I said that. But the fact of the matter is Hendrix's music, and he's been gone for a long time, has been recorded by so many different people. I mean, from vocalists to instrumentalists, jazz artists, classical arrangements. This is a ballad of his that's been recorded by everyone from you know, soul and R&B singers, other guitar players like Stevie Ray Vaughan, right down to Sting, who did it on a beautiful album that he recorded with a great version. Well, we're going to do our little offering right now of a Jimi Hendrix classic. A lot of people play this, but what the hell? This is Little Wing. She's walking through the clouds with a circus mind that's running wild. Butterflies, zebras, and moonbeams and fairy tales, yeah. That's all she ever saw. Riding with the wind. When I'm sad, she comes to me with 1,000 lies that wants to be free. It's all right now, baby. Take anything you want from me. Anything. She comes to me with 1,000 lies. She wants to be free. It's all right, yeah, baby. Take anything you want from me. Oh, it feels good to play. Done that in a long time. Bob Elefante, that wonderful bass solo there too. Yeah. All right, quick guitar switch again. Baba, tell a joke. That was perfect. All right, now we're carrying it too far. All right, so now another big influence, but on a completely different level. So the only thing I did, not that I have done it for years, but the only thing that I did before I played guitar, the only other thing that I did longer was be interested in basketball. My dad went to college on a basketball scholarship, and he got us interested in that when we were kids. And then, that once I got to high school, it's just, it became too serious, and I got too serious in music, and I had to make a choice, and so that stopped. But through the 80s, and even still to this day, I've always been a huge Magic Johnson fan. The way that he played basketball was, yeah, really, huh? But not just on the court. So at the end of 1991, when he discovered that he had tested positive for HIV, or he was HIV positive, times being what they were at the time, he announced that he was ending his basketball career. And I was so taken aback by that I started to compose a tune in his honor, but I didn't finish it. It was just one of those sketches where I got a general idea. All the waitresses in this place. How's it go, ladies? Hi. Come on. Oh, that was your cue and you missed it. That's all right. Yeah, this is going out particularly to Kirsten, because every time I come in, she sings the little line, like every time I walk in here to do a gig, even if we're not playing it. But anyway, it just kind of reminded me of the way he played basketball, he was a magician with the ball. And then in 1996, he came back, and he wasn't back for that long, but just the fact that he was able to rise above this and just come back and play so that his kids could watch him, I was so moved by that I finished the composition, which I then entitled The Magic Man. And Tim, who introduced us and does all this fantastic media back here. How about another hand for Tim? He's just great. He's got a little highlight reel of Magic Johnson queued up right now that's going to kind of play while we're doing this tune, and I hope you enjoy it. Composition of mine, it's called The Magic Man. Little note, it helps to plug your guitar in. And I mean, that's a hard one. But we did some rehearsal for that. That's the Magic Man. All right. Oh, dang it. Guitar change again. Bob, I'll do some miming. Why, seriously? Oh, thank you, kind sir. Okay, so I'm gonna let these two guys kick this off. We've done this, I think, every time that we've played here because it's a really cool composition of Bob's. He's also very influenced by the music of the Big Easy, right, New Orleans. And there they have different kinds of rhythms. There's the Zydeco thing, there's all kinds of stuff going on. A lot of early jazz came from there, but there's also a rhythm called second line, which we're gonna demonstrate in this composition. And this is Bob's tune called So What? Dang, I got another change here. What the hell? Oh, we got another interesting composition of mine now. This is a phrase that a lot of people are familiar with, but it's incomplete. It's just called the only constant. And we all know that the only constant is what? Change, exactly. And there's a few changes in this tune, isn't there, Baba? He hates me for writing this. But, no, not really. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Oh, thanks so much. The only constant. Oh, hang on to your hats now. Oh, don't start talking. We're not done yet. Yes, not time for a bass solo. But actually, our bass player wrote this next one. And this one kind of scares me a little bit because it's, if you know in music what syncopation is, there's a lot of it in this tune. So good, have a fun time counting to this. It doesn't really leave the time signature, but it's really interesting. Bob was very clever with rhythm, and he entitled this one Cat's Night Out. Cats Night Out, Bob Elefante. Okay, we're gonna do another one that I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I think you'll figure it out. It's an arrangement of a tune that was very popular and kind of groundbreaking at the time. But that's all I'm gonna tell you. Sorry. I should have said anything. I feel like doing some interpretive dancing. Well, maybe not. on the money. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We have had such a pleasure playing for you tonight. Once again, my name is Dave Birdie. We have the incomparable Baba Elefante on the 5-string fretless bass. Mr. Jake Jacobs on drums and percussion. We've had a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll be back again shortly, I hope. And thank you, Campus JAX. We love this place. We're playing here all the time. And once again, turn it over to Tim.
Yeah, let's hear it for these guys, the Dave Murdy Trio. Dave Murdy, Jake Jacobs, Bob Elefante. What do we need? One more, an encore from these? I think so. Take us out with one, I don't know, whatever you want to do, guys. This will be some walking music. You can walk right up here and drop some money in this tip jar. All right, thanks for coming out to everybody. CampusJax.com. You can see all the shows that are going on here. We have live music every night of the week except Mondays, jazz every Thursday night, and for the next month, every Sunday night also. But anyway, here we go. Let's do something, guys.
All right, well, we'll give you one last one. What's this? Okay. It's a Pee Wee Ellis composition made famous by the late, great Jaco Pastorius on bass. We'll give you one other quick one. This is called The Chicken. so much, everyone. Drive carefully. Have a beautiful night. A great holiday season later on. We love you. Thanks for coming. See you soon.